Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick Brightwell. We are here at Studio One Vintage Guitars, New Zealand's home of vintage guitars. I've been over in Nashville, Tennessee for the last month, so I'm catching up on the new guitars we've got here, straight from Martin Guitars. I'm holding a 0028 Eric Clapton. The guitar that has done a lot for Martin over the years, this guitar has been their most popular model. Eric Clapton being an absolute god. I don't know if you've seen the graffiti, but it was written on the wall. Clapton has done a lot for acoustic guitar. His album Unplugged back in the day kind of revitalized the acoustic instrument in the guitar world. And this instrument is a tribute to that and is an absolute phenomenal guitar. I've recently just done a video for the OM28 here. That is a long scale, being a 25.4 scale length. This is a 24.9, so it's a bit shorter. And what that means, it means that this guitar is a little bit looser in the strings. You don't quite have the punch that the OM28 has, but you have less tension means you kind of have a bit more resonance in the strings in a way, and for finger picking it's absolutely perfect. So we're going to play a little bit of blues guitar, so we're going to start off with a bit of Skip James. So brand new Eric Clapton model, so we've just got this in. This is model number 25663. So they've made about 26,000 of these so far. The serial number is 2750920. So this was made not so long ago, so it was probably hot off the press, chucked in the box, put in a case and all of that, and shipped over here to New Zealand. So let's just go over the specs. We have a herringbone purfling around. We have Ivoroid trim around here, and on the heel cap. We have a gloss mahogany neck with a volute, and we have the Martin style open gears on the back, different to the Grovers on the OM28. The OM28 also has a satin finish neck, so this has a bit more gloss, so it has a different feel, a little bit more slidey around in a way. As mentioned, it has the shorter scale length, and the width on this neck is 1 3/4, so it's kind of still what the neck profile that you like to feel, but it's a little bit shorter. And we have a kind of V to this. So what does that mean comparing it to the modern low profile? Imagine a modern low profile that has kind of a ridge in the middle of it, so it meets like a V in the middle of the neck. And we have Eric Clapton's signature here and a little bit of pearl, and we have the diamond inlay all the way up the neck, so 15th, 12th, 9th, 7th, 5th. And we also have a nice kind of harkening back to the old day where no dot on the 3rd, you have kind of no dots on this first bit of real estate, the money making part of the guitar, as they say. Let's just do a little bit of Clapton. I'm really hitting that low 6 strings hard. I'm probably hitting a little bit harder than I'm used to, so when you hear it like putting out a tune, like check this out. It goes damn. So So that's what kind of this guitar lends itself to, is having a little less tension, as you can hit it a bit harder and you get this really nice kind of response from the instrument. We'll just check it out in a bit of G. Very nice. It's really cool to kind of go between the two. Maybe there's a few of you out there that are kind of wondering, do I go with an ohm 28 or a triple O 28? You know, it really depends on what kind of world you're playing in. If you have a D18, maybe a triple O 28 is the way to go, because this lends itself really well to finger picking. Then you've got best of both worlds, long scale and short scale. But what other bits and pieces can we go over here? Oh yeah, we've got an ebony bridge, plastic pins, bone nut and saddle, and we have an ebony board as well. So it has all the things that make a Martin very desirable, and the rosewood on the back and sides is very straight grained, absolutely wonderful, and it's dark as well. We talk about kind of the different shading of rosewood, and what I've found out recently is that rosewood kind of, the lighter it is, you could say sometimes the quicker it is grown. Apparently in East India they are feeding it an enzyme that helps the tree grow faster. Now we're going to go into drop D, another contemporary of Eric Clapton, and no doubt a influence or maybe even a friend, but a Bert Jansch. Yeah, so being a little shorter scale length again. Really nice for a little bit of bending. All right. That's how you put it out of tune. So, I think that's kind of a little bit enough for now, but you know, as I mentioned in the previous ohm 28 video, just going to kind of go over what I did in Nashville recently to all you guys that like to follow along. So yeah, spent a month in America, went to Nashville for 2.5 weeks, went down to Broadway for the first time, as it's known as one of the rings of hell. It's quite dodgy down there, but it's always a good time. Lots of great food and lots of music down there. They call it a ring of hell because it's really intense. It's almost like New Party Central of America. It's quite impressive and eye-opening. But yeah, what happened in Nashville? What continued to happen? I played through a lot of new guitars that I hadn't seen before. I just got to say very quickly, the M series, so that's the 0015, 0015 M, and the 0015 M and the 12th fret. Those three models, phenomenal. I got to play all three of them, play them quite a bit, and yeah, very, very impressed with them. What I had to just say is playing a lot of the new Martins. Like I've basically played a bunch of Martins from that are serial number 273, 274, and 275. So that's 2,750,000, 30, and Yeah, the new Martins are great. It has been said amongst the kind of the people at Gruen and George that Martin are really pulling out all the stops. They're putting a lot of effort into their new guitars. I'm just going to say the D41 has been very, very impressive. I've played 5 of them now in the last year, and they're all phenomenal. And it goes for these Eric Claptons as well. This is the newest one I've played. I also played a John Mayer signature model as well, and that was very impressive too. So yes, very lucky and grateful that I got to kind of have a really good look through all the Martin range. The other interesting thing that happened, I was filming video at Gruen for myself, and I'm looking down and I'm like this, and I look up and Tommy Emmanuel's right there. He's like looking through the glass. I met Tommy last year and we got to know each other. We spent an hour or so playing guitar privately, and it was a very, very educational experience, and Tommy's just a great guy. That man lights up a room and knows how to keep a crowd together. I watched him spend 3.5 hours, do a concert and film it at the same time, and keep everyone engaged. I don't know how many concerts you've been to that are like 3.5 hours but keep everyone engaged like that. Tommy is a true master and a great person. But Tommy was there to play Mel Travis's guitar. Mel Travis's kids had come into town with his Gibson Super 400, and so Tommy shows up and basically brings in this, legendary instrument. He plays it for a little bit, then he plays George's new Gruen Versatar, and then I was lucky enough to have a play of Mel Travis's guitar. So very, very honoured to have that opportunity, and it was great to catch up with Tommy. He's a great mentor. So Nashville was always exciting, and we hope to go back soon. But anyway, we're going to leave it there. So thank you very much to the people that have been watching for the last year. We've almost cracked 1,000 subscribers. So very exciting for us. We've been kind of just tinkering and getting a better feel for it. We're going to finish off this format of this kind of in here, and once the new room next door is sorted, we're going to be moving into some more format. But you've seen some recent videos, that's kind of us kind of hinting at it. So come down and see the shop, and the new shop is going to be available hopefully in the next month or so. So yeah, very exciting. Thank you very much to Josh Thomas behind the camera for doing all of the camera work and basically keeping everything afloat while I was away. And Garrick rhymes. Garrick Wynn is over in Australia right now chasing up some guitars. He just brought back a very nice Gibson 1936 reissue. So if you're interested in this Eric Clapton model, you can give us a call or come down and check it out yourself. This is the 3rd one we've had, and this is a brand new one, and they do not cease to impress. I can just say that we just had an early 2000s come through, and that one sounded phenomenal. So this one with a bit of playing by you will be very, very good. So if you like this content, please like, subscribe, and share. My name is Nick Brightwell, and I'm very happy to be back in town and back at Studio One. So we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.